Hello, welcome you back for the session. In this session, I'm going to deal with some of the example and definitions of finite Fourier transform. Whatever we have done infinite Fourier transform in the previous sessions, in this session we are going to concentrate on finite Fourier transforms. So first let me define cosine transform for arbitrary interval, that is fc of n is equal to integral 0 to L f of x cos of n pi x by L dx. Inverse transform is equal to f of x 1 by L fc of 0 plus 2 by L summation n runs from 1 to infinity fc of n cos of n pi x by L. Where is fc of n? Fc of n is cosine transform. You will have to do, if you have to get small f of x, you have to do both capital fc of n, then you have to go for f of x. Same for this cosine transform in 0 to pi, so it is defined in this one, integral 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. Inverse is equal to f of x is equal to 1 by pi fc of 0 plus 2 by pi, it is fc of n cos n pi. Similarly, sine transform in 0 to L, fs of n is equal to integral 0 to L f of x sine of n pi x by L. Inverse transform of sine is f of x is equal to 2 by L summation n run from 0 to infinity fs of n sine of n pi x by L. Similarly, for the interval 0 to pi, it will be of this form. You can have the glance over here. Now, based on these definitions, we will do some of the problems. Find the finite Fourier cosine transform of the following. Two questions I took. One is usual interval 0 to pi, another one is arbitrary interval. So, let me try to solve this one now. We know that, what is this they said, cosine transform. How do you write? We know that cosine transform is given by fc of n is equal to integral 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. F of x is there. Now apply integration by part. First you will keep x as it is and do the integration of cos, and keep and do the differentiation of x and integration of the integrated part. How I will do, you just see. In this step, I kept x as it is. I done the difference integration of cos. Integration of cos nx is sin nx divided by n, minus differentiation of x will be 1. Integration of sin nx divided by n is minus cos nx divided by n square. Upper limit and lower limit is pi and 0. See here what you will have here, cos n divided by n square 0 to pi it is. Now 1 by n square you will take outside and place upper limit and lower limit over here. If you do this 1 by n square cos n pi minus cos 0. What is cos n pi? Cos n pi is 1 by n square, cos n pi is minus 1 to the power n minus 1, right? So when you take n value as, I am talking about minus 1 to the power n. If you take n value as even, so what will happen? What will happen means, if you take minus 1 to the power 2, it will be positive. So plus 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled. So result exists only for odd digit. Therefore, if you take odd digit, what you will get? Minus 2 divided by n square. This is the required answer of equation 1. Okay, now we will move for next one. F of x is equal to x square in 0 less than x less than L. So cosine transform for our arbitrary interval, what is it? Fc of n is equal to 0 to L f of x cos n pi x by L dx. Okay, 0 to L, integral 0 to L x square cos n pi x by L dx. Now you do the integration. First you keep x square as it is. Integration of cos n pi x by L is sin n pi x by L divided by n pi by L minus differentiation of x square is 2x. Integration of sine is minus cos n pi x by L divided by n pi by L whole square plus differentiation of once again 2x is e2. Integration of minus cos will be minus sine n pi x by L divided by n pi L whole to the power 3. So intervals are 0 to L. Now limit points are 0 to L. Now just you concentrate on only sine. If I put the upper limit, that is L, in sine, what will happen? L will get cancelled. We will get sine n pi. So n pi is nothing but it will be 0. What if I put 0 in sine? It will be 0. So wherever you will get sine, all will get as 0. Only in out of 3 term, we will get only cos term, that is middle term. That is what it is. Minus 2x minus cos n pi x by L divided by n pi by L whole square. That term we will get. Yeah, here you can see. So what I made is that the denominator I took to the numerator. So 2L square divided by n pi whole square. I am taking x now. X upper limit is x, if you L cos n pi. L will get cancelled, therefore n pi you will get. When you go for the lower limit, 0 into cos n cos 0, it will be 0. Lower limit will be 0. Therefore you will get answer as 2L cube divided by n pi whole square minus 1 to the power n. Right. So next one we try to do, find the finite Fourier sine transform of the following. Sine transform I am doing. In previous we done for cos, now I am doing for sine. And 2 examples I took once again. Fs of n is equal to integral 0 to pi f of x sine of nx dx. What is f of x? F of x will be x here. Integral 0 to pi x into sine nx dx. Now I know what to do. We can do integration by part. If you do integration by part, what you will get? You keep x as it is and integrate sine. Sine integration will be minus cos nx divided by n minus sine nx divided by n square 0 to pi. Yeah, here you can see once again. Wait a minute. Yeah. Only sine n pi and sine 0 will be 0. Only the first term we will get as a result. Therefore, I wrote first term. Minus x cos nx divided by n 0 to pi. So now try to put upper and lower limit. Minus 1 by n I took outside, cos n pi minus cos 0. 1 by n minus of minus n minus 1 to the power n plus 1. So answer will be 2 by n. Right. Now next example, as ordinary interval x square is there. Once again by mistake I gone for cosine, but it is a sine transform. Here I made correction. So Fs of n is equal to 0 to L f of x sine of n pi x by L dx. So here f of x is x square. Just I am replacing and applying Bernoulli's rule of integration. X square minus cos n pi x by L divided by n pi L minus 2x minus. Okay, here You will get this one after doing Bernoulli's rule of integration. Now you see just sign will vanish because when you put upper limit LL will get cancelled. You will get sin n pi is 0, and lower limit is 0, sin 0 will be 0. Only to first and third term will get some answer for the limits. Yeah. So first one, first upper limit, just I want to go for. See, x square is there, so x square means if you put upper limit x square and denominator L will come to the numerator, so x L cube minus n pi cos n pi will be there, and the lower limit will be 0, right? Now third term what will happen, 2L cube divided by n pi cube cos n pi minus 1. So this is the required answer. I hope you got all the things properly. Thank